welcome back to McCamey Farm and Outdoors. I got a overcast morning here and a little bit cooler temperatures, but not too bad. Works out really good for what we've got going on today. Got a little bit different project here. We've got about to get started here. We are working on this area over here next to our patio. I'm gonna put some sod down right through here, and this area has been it's been transformed several times. We've had a above ground pool out here. We've built this up over time since we've lived here, and it's just always been a constant struggle to try to get grass growing through here and get it established. It seems like it's always worked out to where it's the wrong time of the year, or it just hasn't worked out for growing. So we've decided to go with sod. I've got some elite fescue sod that I picked up this morning, and we're going to put that sod through here, and that way we can come right off the patio right onto some nice established grass. And hopefully that'll help with, getting it going and making everything look like it's been here for a while. All right, let's get started here. So the main thing I'm really wanting to focus on here is just to make sure that I've got this as level as I want to get it, and everything kind of gradually slopes and away from the house. I don't have any dips or holes, anything that's going to make the sod have dips and gouges. I want it to try to be as flat as possible, especially if we're spending the money for this sod. I want it to be as good as it can be. This dirt here is very good dirt. It's got some clumps in it and some rock, but we've got most of those graded out, and we're down to the really good soil here. All right, I'm pretty happy with that right there. Good and level right there off the patio, and then good fall off right here coming this way. Just a good gentle slope. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Should be a good transition right there off the patio. Now let's see if we can get this pallet up here closer. That's one thing I will say about this sod: it is heavy. So if you don't have any equipment to move it, or decent size equipment, you definitely want to have it delivered and offloaded where you want to place it, because it's very heavy. Well, so far this is going really well, other than the pallet it's in it. It's looking really good. I like the rolls. It's a whole lot easier. It's a little heavier to pick up, but once you get it laid out on the ground, it's really easy to roll out. Yeah, so far it's going good. That's four rolls right there, and these are 2 feet by 5 feet is what these rolls are. So I bought 2 pallets which should cover 1,000 square feet. Let's continue on here. Keep rolling this out, and this should go pretty quickly. So one thing I did want to mention, which is important, is to stagger the seams. Once I kind of got a layout here to see which way I was going to run, I went back and cut this with this spade here. So I split this one up and I slid this one back to start kind of like a brick pattern. It's important to stagger it because you don't want all the seams to run in one area, because then it's going to basically create a ditch, and then all the water is going to go to that ditch and run. So you want to stagger the seams, and it also makes it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, so you're not seeing, you know, all these rows that are constant. This kind of breaks it up, and I think it also helps to ensure that all the pieces bond together well. That way you're not, like I said, you don't have a seam running all the way through it. So see what I did here, I cut this end piece in half, slid it down, and then this full piece right here, I slid it back over to my edge. So now I'm creating a weaving brick pattern. So I'll slide this one up and then slide this one up, and then all my seams will be in the halves of the full pieces. But now that I've got that established, let's get back to laying. You want to make sure that get the seams good and tight. You don't have any gaps or overlap, because then it's going to kill out that grass underneath it. Especially here at the butt ends, you want to make sure that it's good and tight right here. All right, everybody, we're back out here. Take a look at the sod, and it's been just a little over a week. I think it's been about 9 days since we put the sod down, and so I wanted to kind of let y'all take a look at it and see what you thought about it. and just give you a little update. So everything is turning out pretty nicely, good and green, and getting thicker. Now, if you'll notice, there's a couple of spots that you can see, like right here where the roll ended. You know, you can see one there, and you can see one there, and a couple of bare spots, and a few more down there where the rolls ended. But for the most part, it's doing really well, and I've actually been really fortunate to have some very wet weather. It's been humid and warm, but it's also been very wet. We've had probably, I'm going to say, a good 1.5 to 2 inches of rain in the 9 days that this has been down. And it's been pretty steady, you know, every other day or 2 or 3 days in a row. But on the days that it didn't rain, I made sure that it got plenty of water with the sprinklers. So all in all, very pleased with it, especially with how green it is, and just how thick it is. And like I said, there's a few places, but they're getting better. They were a little more prominent, especially kind of down here where I ended the sod and tried to blend it in. Those were a little more prominent, but they've actually picked back up here over the last couple days. And then I had a couple spots here that are, you know, they're trying to come back. There's some new growth coming in here, but those were actually kind of looked that way off the roll. So I'm not sure if it was just where it was the end of the roll and it just got mashed down. But that's really the only few places that I've got any issues with. But like I said, they're getting a little bit better. So I think it's going to do really well. But anyway, I'm going to end this video here, and I appreciate you watching. And I would highly recommend, if you have any areas that you need some grass to be established quickly, I would highly recommend the sod. It's been a good experience for me so far. But I appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.